What's going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. I want to make a very quick, somewhat urgent video because in the next 24 hours, we are looking at some major events happening with crypto, and it aligns with some other things that are also happening perfectly in the charts right now. You could say it's a perfect storm or potentially a imperfect storm, depending on what the outcome of the situation is. But I want to just let you guys know exactly what is happening and why the next 24 to maybe 48 hours could get really wild and crazy for crypto. So hopping right in, guys, you'll notice that Bitcoin has been sloping downwards, putting in lower highs. Now, although we did bottom basically at my exact targets of around 25,300, and we have had Bitcoin dominance surging due to the fact that we've had a lot of uncertainty with the SEC and altcoins. But having a look right here, you will notice that we did lose this upwards sloping parallel channel, right? So we were expecting the possibility of a fake out retest, but what you don't want to lose is this upward sloping trend right here. And the problem is if Bitcoin bounces around for a little bit longer and falls through this, we could be in for some trouble. And the thing that is a little bit concerning is that if we have a look at this giant parallel channel, like yes, we do have this short-term channel to the upside, but if we zoom out, we have a look at the weekly chart, what do we have? We actually have a giant parallel channel to the downside, putting in lower lows and lower highs, right? And you can see how we've been rejected exactly on this level. If I zoom in, you can see right here, every single time, rejection, and we're putting in lower highs right here. So it is a little bit worrisome that Bitcoin could end up coming all the way down to 21,400, but will we even hold at that point, or are we talking about putting in a potential lower low? Now, I personally don't think that that is going to happen, but there are a lot of things that we are going to be talking about in just a few minutes. One thing that I don't like is on the weekly, the higher time frame, looking at all of our favorite indicators, everything seems to be in accordance, right? It seems to be playing out. But if we switch it to the daily, this is where things get a little bit scary. Because what did we see right here? We saw these two moments where we went into the green, a double green, and then we came into the neutral. And then what happened? We followed the blue. And as soon as we had that blue, what happened to Bitcoin price? Well, it fell about 71% from that point, right? Now, this is on the daily. So again, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. It is a little worrisome because if you look at what we did right here, it looks very similar to what we are doing right here. And if I zoom in, you can see we did just get this blue right here, and we did also get this red arrow, which coincides with exactly what we had back here. You can see we had this blue and then we had the red arrow. So I'm just a little bit worried about the similarities of that. Again, though, if I switch it to the weekly, then everything looks fine. And then this actually right here looks more like what we had back here, and we should be off to the races, right? So it's all about perspective. And obviously this time is a little bit different. But again, I still have my drawing on here from yesterday. But what I don't like about this EMA ribbon is we fell very deep. And if I zoom in here, you could see that right here, even though it looks like it's level, it looks pretty level, but what's actually happening is we're starting to level out to potentially maybe even slope down. And you don't want that to happen, because if that happens and we have a fake out and the yellow comes back below into the ribbon, well, then you have a ribbon twist like we did here, and that's not very good for Bitcoin. Ultimately, though, we are still on this upward sloping trend, everything looking great with that. So, you know, I guess technically, could we have a double bottom again back here? Could we retest that 18,000? I did say that that's a possibility. We had this weekly close here. We had this weekly rejection here, very small, but if you zoom in, you could see it. And then again right here, could we come down to that level as a potential retest? Sure. And I just got a live alert to short, guys. Don't short just because my alert says to do it. This is a 1 hour, very short-term trading chart, alert, which I'm not actually going to take right now. I might regret that, but I'm making this video, so I don't really want to do anything drastic. Yeah, but we do have to keep our eyes on that, guys. Like I said, big things happening in the next few days, and let's just get into it. So number one, guys, so you can see right here, we know what's been going on with CZ and Binance, and it says that we have 2 U.S. subsidiaries have until the 28th to respond to the suit, which was filed in the court. A hearing on the SEC request to freeze the assets of Binance US is set for June 13th, so that's tomorrow, at 2 p.m. Washington time at the time of making this video. On top of that, According to a tweet, the SEC and Ripple Labs have filed a joint letter for 1-week extension, and this is until, you guessed it, guys, tomorrow, June 13th. So this is obviously a week old, but my point is, tomorrow, they are going to have to deal with this. So to file public redacted versions of cross motions for summary judgment and accompanying exhibits which includes the Hinman materials. Now, why is this important? If you guys are unaware, the Hinman documents pertain to a speech given in 2018 by former director of the SEC's Corporation Finance Division, Bill Hinman. During the speech, Hinman expressed the view that Ether should not be classified as a security. These documents encompass the SEC's internal conversations and deliberations surrounding this particular speech. So we have these guys, right, having the hearing for the SEC and finance. Then we have the Hinman documents. And then on top of that, we have a hearing from Patrick McHenry, the future of digital assets, providing clarity for the digital asset ecosystem. This is a full committee. And you guessed it, guys, this is happening Tuesday, June 13th, tomorrow at 2 p.m. So this is a lot of things. 2 p.m. we have this hearing. 2 p.m. we have this. At some point tomorrow, we have these Hinman documents coming out, on top of the fact that now, we're seeing these indicators look a little bit weak. We're hearing a lot of people freak out. The SEC's coming down on basically everything. And even guys like Mark Cuban said this is an SEC webpage about how the Howey test and tokens often conflicts with the SEC enforcement, and what they've said publicly. It's worth the read. Unfortunately, none of the elements presented in this page are part of the registration process, which makes it near impossible to know with or without an army of securities lawyers what is or is not a security in the crypto universe. Now, over here, Mark Cuban says the test for a secondary sale of token as a security should be very simple. Will the token survive if the minting mining organizations fail to exist? That, by definition, ends the Howey test application. And like John E. Deaton says, exactly, Mark, some call it the Bahamas test. If the organization or entity that offered, minted, or mined the tokens were to pick up and move to the Bahamas, never to be heard from again, or do anything further with a project, would that token survive? If it would, then it is not a security, right? And it's absolutely terrible. I've been talking to people in Dubai, talking to some of my friends in other countries, and the world is literally flabbergasted by what is going on right now in the US. It makes absolutely no sense. Everything is just getting dragged out of proportion. And again, not getting political. I don't really get political on this channel. If you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, I don't care what you are. My concern is cryptocurrency, the future of financial freedom. And Tyler Winklevoss, he says, Roe cost Republicans the midterm. Senator Warren and Gary Gensler's war on crypto will cost the Democrats the 2024 election. His brother chimes in and says Senator Warren and Gary Gensler's war against crypto is going to alienate an entire generation of would-be Democrats. You can see right here. Analysis. Democrats would have gotten crushed this election without young voters. Well, winning the youth with the get out the vote is key part of Dem playbook. Dems believe the youth vote will carry the day. But let's be honest, millennials, Gen Z, right? We're all, most of it's very, very hard for me to meet someone who is my age or younger who at least doesn't accept cryptocurrency for what it is. Maybe they don't understand it, but for the most part, they accept it and believe that it does have a legitimate place in society. So again, guys, if you are looking to get your crypto off of the exchanges, I recommend Ngrave after the whole Ledger thing. If you have a Ledger Nano S, great. If you want to use this, click the link below. You get 10% off. And if for some reason you click it and it doesn't work, you can always just enter the code CryptoZombie, all one word, at checkout. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's going to be just a bunch of nothing burgers, or do you think that this could all collide into a perfect storm? Finally got actually a short video out, so I'm happy about that. So thanks again for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. If you want to get subscribed, we do this not every single day, but I do try to bring you all the relevant news that is happening in cryptocurrency. And if you guys are interested in trading, I do go over the charts every single day, and you can check out these free tutorials popping up right here, right now. Obviously, don't trade outside of your jurisdiction, and there are other alternatives, decentralized, etc., etc. Check it out. But until next time, I love you guys. You're awesome. Stay crypto, and of course, peace out.